Dream Warriors. Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Tonight, Dream Warriors got her done. Your opinion?
It wasn't as bad as the last one. I knew you were going to do a goofy face like that. It was weird. It was super 80s.
Yeah.
It was super 80s. And it was, again, it wasn't quite as bad that I was envisioning Beetlejuice. But, could have totally fit. At least there weren't any sandworms, though, so. They could have had a sandworm, though, couldn't they? Yeah, when the ground was opening up, they could have had a sandworm.
That was the floor. So, for anybody who hasn't seen Dream Warriors, it is easily the best of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
How many are there?
But, let me finish. But, Part 4 also has some tremendous moments in it. But by the time you're into Part 3, you're into wisecracking Freddy. He is fully wisecracking now. And it takes a lot of the fear out of it. It really does. She was ahead of the tongue-tied joke, though. She was ahead of it. She really was.
I'm really clever like that.
She'd make a good Freddy Krueger herself. Just throwing that out there.
Am I scary looking like that?
Well, no, you've got the gear for it.
Gear? What?
You're always wearing Nightmare Before Christmas, and I mean,
this
Nightmare's
isn't
in the
Nightmare
title.
Before Christmas.
No, I know.
This is Corpse Bride.
Yeah, it's Corpse Bride.
Jack's
Corpse
somewhere.
Bride.
Oh, there's Jack.
Guy marrying a dead girl.
Jack.
Corpse Bride. And she wonders why.
It wasn't on purpose. It was an accident.
Anyhow.
Have you watched the movie?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
It's an accident.
Whatever. Does he end up loving her at the end?
No.
Yes, he does.
No.
So.
He loves Victoria.
Who's also dead.
No, she's not.
So, everybody's dead by the end of the movie. And then they dance Deo, and then midnight come, and we want to go home.
No.
And then that's...
Beetlejuice. That's also on the shirt. Where's... Beetlejuice is on here somewhere, too.
Ipso facto, I'm right.
Oh, see, there's his hair.
Oh, okay, his hair makes you right.
I
So, what I like with Dream Warriors, and where for me it's better than the other movies, although Part 4 does some really cool stuff, too. Dream Warriors takes the idea of them all having nightmares and throws everybody into the same pile. So they're all in this insane asylum. The doctors don't find it interesting that they're all dreaming about the same guy killing them. That's not important. It's their sex drive that's killing them. And
so weird.
But it's 80s, so of course, sex is killing everybody. If you've ever watched a Friday the 13th, you have sex, you're done, you're dead.
Isn't that just horror movies in general?
But Friday the 13th made it worse. Like, Halloween had it, but at the same time, it wasn't that Jamie Lee Curtis didn't want to have sex in Halloween. It's just she was so weird looking that nobody wanted to have sex with her. And then, because Michael was trying to kill her all the time, why are you going to want to go out with a girl if there's some psycho in a hockey mask trying to kill her? Well, William Shatner mask. Ipso facto, I'm right. So, yeah, Elm Street 3 for me is one of the perfect 80s horror movies. It restored my faith in the Elm Street franchise, and it was a franchise. There's 6 movies. There's
so
actually...
we've only watched half of them?
Yeah, but I'm not going to make you watch the 6, because nobody ever wants to watch Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. That is... Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare is so bad that Roseanne Barr and Tom Arnold are in it. They have cameos in it. It's that bad.
All right.
So it just, and it has a 3D ending, and it's the really bad 3D. The 80s were throwing stuff at the screen kind of 3D. Yeah. And in the movie, they actually wear like 3D glasses for the dream, so that the dream, because dreams aren't 3D. Stupid. It's stupid. And they explain why they have to wear 3D glasses in the movie, but it's just that they wanted people in the theater to put on the 3D glasses and no one to put them on without having a put on your glasses flashing on the screen, or Freddy coming up, put on your glasses, with his claws. So they had to have one of the characters talking about wearing 3D glasses. I never saw it in the theater, and after my friends went and saw it in the theater, they told me I was very lucky I didn't have to see it. The only Elm Street I ever saw in the theater was 4. And I swore really, really loud at the fourth one.
Oh, there. No.
When I saw the fourth one in the theater, I swore really loud at it about 20 minutes in. But by the end of the movie, it had won me over again. So.
All right.
So, scale of 1 to 10.
5.
10. I've watched Elm Street 3. I've watched Dream Warriors. I've memorized it. I know the whole movie. It's fantastic. I understand that Yvonne and I are quite different in our opinions on horror movies. And she is 8 years younger than I am, which shows up when it comes to 80s movies. Really shows up with 80s movies.
And music.
Yes.
Music in 80s movies.
Yes. But Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Is fantastic.
Yeah.
That would be a 10.
That's a good movie. I haven't watched that in forever.
It's a great movie.
Like, I don't think I've watched that since I was in high school.
I was in high school when it came out.
I wasn't.
I was in middle school when it came out.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember it coming out.
Came out in 85.
Yeah, so I was
a year
4.
before this one. This one came out in 86.
When I was 5.
But I was watching horror movies at 13.
I was too, just not those kind.
And then there was The Exorcist, which I would watch in between commercials on other channels because I couldn't watch more than 2 minutes of The Exorcist without getting terrified. So Elm Street's not terrifying like that. The one thing that I'm showing her is that not all horror movies are technically scary. I wouldn't qualify this one as scary.
No.
I don't think you jumped.
I don't think so.
The pig on the table?
No.
That didn't make you jump?
No.
Did you see that coming?
Yeah.
That it was going to move?
I kind of figured it was going to.
So.
The only part I had trouble with was at the beginning when they were trying to drug the girl. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Patricia Arquette, this was her first movie. As a 13-year-old boy, I fell madly in love with her in this movie. Her screaming is top-notch, and her acting in this is way too good for a horror movie. Heather Langenkamp, who plays Nancy, my other girlfriend in this movie. I had a varied amount of girlfriends when I was a middle schooler because I didn't have any in real life, so what the hell, right? I'm not cheating on anybody. But yeah, Heather Langenkamp and Patricia Arquette both, like, for me, though, Patricia Arquette was just, poof. I'll even admit this, with books I wrote as recently as 5 years ago, I was still putting characters named Kristen into my books based on the character from Dream Warriors. If there's a Kristen in a book, that's who she's based on. Because she kicks ass. I like the idea of somebody who could kick Freddy in the head.
I did like that since it was dreams, they gotta act like in dreams where you can do different things that you normally wouldn't be able to do.
And my only disappointment really was that they didn't do much with it in the end. In the end, Freddy's still like, yeah, no, I can still beat you up. And then it just sort of fades. And other than her doing spin kicks. But Freddy did a nice kip up too. And Robert Englund, that was a real kip up by Robert Englund. That's pretty fantastic. That while wearing Freddy makeup, he can do a kip up. And his hat stayed on. So, Robert Englund, full props for that. He's great.
I can't do cool stuff like that when I'm sleeping in my dreams.
Can you control your dreams?
No.
I
know you can.
I got to the point where I could. And if you want to control your dreams, it is not something that's impossible. Basically, though, you have to concentrate on it. It's a lot of work. You have to be aware that you're dreaming, which is the tricky part. You basically have to, and you have to be able to, while you're dreaming, go, okay, I'm dreaming this. I'm not awake, so I can do whatever I want here. I had a dream where I was talking to some girl that I liked, and I was like, right in the middle of it, I'm like, this is a dream. This is a really boring dream. I know how to make this more interesting. And she was suddenly topless. So that's a dream power. That's a dream power. And it was
such a boy.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic.
Such a boy.
And as recently as about a year ago, I was able to do that. That dream I told you about with Katie, I was pretty lucid during that dream. So, it was nothing, no hanky-panky went on. So, it was pretty funny though.
Right.
Because even in my dream, even if she's scantily clad or whatever, she still knew enough to tell me to go to hell. So, my brain was still like, look, I can make her look sexy for you, but the idea that she's going to want you to touch her, yeah, I can't make that happen. I have limits. So, yeah, I haven't tried controlling my dreams in a long time. Might be time.
See, I can't. In all of my dreams, I can't walk. I can't talk. And usually my legs are broken again.
I can make you strong.
Ugh.
And I can help you get girls topless in your dreams, too.
I don't need topless girls in my dream. I am a girl.
Okay, well...
I don't need to dream about boobs.
Naked men.
Because I can see boobs anytime I want.
Want...
Who wants to see naked men?
Harvey Weinstein? No, that's just himself. Anyways.
I don't like seeing him clothed.
I think you could have just ended with I don't like seeing him.
Well,
I think you could have just stopped right there.
True, he's not.
So, tomorrow night we are going to see Happy Dead Day.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm anxious to do a review on Happy Dead Day because it
goodness.
looks awful. It looks so horribly bad. I am so excited for a movie that looks like such a piece of trash. It's just just the idea of mixing Groundhog Day and Friday the 13th. Oh, it just sounds awful. Oh, awful. I can't wait to start cheering every time she dies. Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
That is what you would do.
I'm going to cheer when she dies. And I'm hoping that it bombs so that her and I are two of like maybe 10 people in a theater. The best way to see a horror movie is in a theater and it's surrounded by only horror movie hounds and one screaming teenage girl. Every horror movie needs one screaming teenage girl because they're hilarious. Because everything makes them scream. And you'll wait for it. Be like, all right. And there she goes. So, I've seen Elm Street in the theater. I've seen Halloween in the theater. I've seen Friday the 13th in the theater. Phantasm 2, which was great. I won't make you watch that. Hellraiser 2 and 3.
Hey, Bear.
Lots of horror movies in the theater. This will be the first one I've seen, though, since It Follows. And I haven't made you watch that one yet. Anyways.
No. I've seen a few horror movies in the theater. Not very many, though.
Yes, but what do you qualify as a horror movie?
Well, I watched Blair Witch in the theater. That was scary. It was scary.
It's not a horror movie.
Kate,
that's a shaky
scary.
camera doing this.
It was scary. I was 18, and at the time,
There's something in the tent!
Stop it. I was staying in a house in the middle of the woods. And
spoilers, that's
morning.
what Blair Witch is.
It was scary.
The first time through, I got tense, and then at the end of the movie, I went, wait, why was I tense? Nothing happened. This was a movie about, it was the Seinfeld movie.
You were tense watching it, and I'm a wimp. It was a scary movie.
Yeah, but I kept waiting for something to happen.
And then I did watch...
The only part I liked was the kids staring at the corner.
In the theater.
Oh, Scream was awesome.
I watched that one, and then
I watched that one with my friend Bruce in the theater.
Oh, that... Bruce. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, God.
That was weird.
Oh,
I watched that one in the theater, too.
Oh. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
That was so weird.
Jennifer Love Hewitt was bouncing around in that.
I've never watched it again.
Jennifer Love Hewitt was bouncing around in that one. And at the end of the movie, it was just so awful and it just wouldn't end that she comes out of the shower wrapped in a towel. And my friend and I were in the theater yelling out, drop the towel. Make this movie worthwhile, drop the towel. To this day, Jennifer Love Hewitt's never dropped the towel. You mentioned I was a boy, right? Yeah. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Every guy and most women would like to see Jennifer Love Hewitt drop the towel. Well, we would.
I'm sure.
Because she's very smart. And she's a good actress.
Right. Right. You want to see her drop the towel because she's smart.
The funny part was, I used to watch Party of Five with my ex. And then I pointed out that every girl in the show Party of Five, when they're really emotional, puts their hand to their forehead or hand to their face like this. So every time they did it, I would point it out. And it gets to the point where when you watch Neve Campbell, Lacey Chabert, or Jennifer Love Hewitt, you can't see anything but that. Because every time they get upset, their hands come up here and they get really, and they're like that. And it's really distracting once you've seen it. So I've just ruined every movie they're in for you guys while talking about Elm Street 3 without even talking about Elm Street 3.
I was actually just thinking that my goodness, that kind of went.
Watch Elm Street 3. If you haven't seen it, watch it. We both recommend it greatly. Right?
Yeah.
So you still think the best one was the first one?
I don't know.
The first Nightmare on Elm Street you still think was better than this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. My review, her review. We are done for now. We will be sure to do a review tomorrow after we've seen Happy Dead Day. Oh, yes! Bad movies reign supreme for Halloween.
That's when we were watching that first time we saw the preview, we were just like, what? Do you remember that? It came out nowhere. What?
Yeah.
What?
This is the worst name for a movie ever.
Yes, as soon as they did the name. Happy Dead Date. Oh, seriously?
Yeah, and now we're going to go watch it. It's going to be
fun.
fun.
And that's when we have to go see that.
Yeah, we're going to go watch it. It's going to be fun. All right. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. I know YouTube isn't going to let me monetize this because apparently movie reviews are really offensive or something.
Maybe we're offensive.
I think it's her shirt. I think it's Corpse Bride.
Oh.
I have talked about boobs.
There aren't boobs showing. Oh, YouTube's in the States, isn't it? They don't like boobs in the States.
That's true.
Boobs are bad.
That's true.
They're the root of all evil.
That's true. Remember that. Boobs are the root of all evil. And Jennifer Love Hewitt, if you're watching this, just drop the towel.